Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Badass Studio here in London. My name is Akush Bodhi. I'm the European Creative Director here at TG.
I'm Maria Kovacs, European Session Director. Welcome.
We had a great year so far. I want to share with you some exciting stuff. We just came back from Vegas. We had a fantastic show. We launched our latest addition to Bedhead, Joyride. So we're going to focus on that today. We're going to bring a step closer to our education, give you some ideas, show you some techniques of how to use the products.
Good stuff, Akush. Can't wait to see the girls.
Yeah, we prepared two models for you. We got Rachel and Christy we prepared. And for the shortness of time, we actually edited a short film, how to do the blow dry. So let's have a look. Okay, so here we are with Rachel. And Rachel's hair is naturally slightly fine. And we talked about this before on social media, how to use the product and cocktail it, layer with other existing Bedhead products. But here I used Queen for a Day, just to again support and give a little bit more thickness and strength to the end result with Queen for a Day. And obviously we use Joyride here to really give a good prime and a good surface to work with. And you can see in a second that I applied about a good ½ an inch to an inch to my hand, and making sure that you've got really good thorough application from mid-shaft down to the ends of the hair. Because if you use Joyride as a primer, obviously use it for the reason of frizz control, and again, creating a very soft sort of separation and bringing out the natural texture which the hair naturally carries. All right, once again, comb the product through so you can tell that it's a really good thorough application. And you can see here that I'm pushing the hair back, because naturally Rachel's hair is slightly wavy too. It really helps to encourage the side natural movement. So just like any other time you would do a power dry to get rid of the majority of the moisture. And I would say go all the way to like 60–70% dry before you start using the round brush. Just like any other time, you want to really focus on getting the texture right. And in this scenario, I was focusing on getting the hair really nice and silky, while giving the hair some natural movement. And I will share with you in a second how that's being created. So of course, working from the nape towards the crown, taking a section here, the occipital bone, and you can see I'm using a large round brush and just smoothing out the cuticle, working more vertically. And you can see I'm kind of twisting and twirling the hair towards the face to really create that sort of like natural movement. And she's got that naturally going on, so we want to really encourage that to come out. What you might not see in this film is that I'm actually twirling the hair towards the face, so each strand for consistency and balance being sort of directed towards the face. And of course, going through all the way to the top, working that from mid-shaft down. I'm not really creating a whole lot of movement and volume at the roots. I want to keep that sort of natural young feel throughout the entire finish. So you can see really focusing on the twisting and twirling of the hair, so that really give you the end result, what you're about to see. So again, going back again, I'm at the mid-shaft here, just right by the ears. Just being consistent is really the key to create this particular texture. You can also use clips. You can see I use some sectioning clips to make it a little bit easier for the ease of accessibility to the underneath areas. Okay, so you see how I'm getting to the fringe area now, and because Rachel was in need of a haircut as far as the fringe, I went back and just slightly trimmed it up. Just comb the hair to natural fall, and that low elevation, just boycotting the hair, just to really bring out the facial features and also the cheekbones. Otherwise, the haircut is just a long square layer. So if you're wondering technically how this haircut breaks down, it's just a long square layer all the way throughout, just to give a little bit of movement on the surface. All right, so now we're coming back live here with Rachel. As you can see, this is the end result, what we created throughout the drying process. And what I'm going to do now, as you can see, there's a slight bit of sort of frizz still sitting on certain areas, but overall the texture is quite nice, very touchable, very soft. So the combination of Queen for a Day and Joyride, works perfectly beautifully for this particular texture. So I'm going to just jump over here. Hopefully the camera can pick this up for me. So again, use about, let's say, ½ an inch to an inch of the product, and making sure that we have a really good distribution in the hands. So it's nearly invisible. It's like a really thin film on your hands. And I would almost say, even when it's wet or dry, start working from the ends toward mid-shaft and top to really distribute the product the right way. So really just pushing the hair back, I'm not really stretching the hair in any particular way, just looking for a good distribution in the areas where the hair needs to control that slight frizz. Of course, the texture comes from different elements, the product you're using at the beginning, and again, it doesn't have to be cream for a day in every scenario. If you're using a certain product already, you have a good regime working for your clients or for yourself, you can use Small Talk, Motor Mouth, any existing product in the bedhead is open for experimentation. Okay, just a little bit looking at the surface. And again, I mentioned this earlier and I will mention it again. Use a small amount at a time because the product goes a long way. And if you're a first-time user, definitely take your time and look at the possibilities, how far that small amount goes, instead of overdosing it for the first trial. Okie dokie, it's looking good. You just stand up for me, Rachel. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of flaxseed head, just as a finishing product. Just look over here. Okay, so you can see how you get that beautiful separation. And again, the look is sort of 90s grunge inspired, and with the haircut, the color, how it all works with the makeup and the styling. I think it's a great representation of bedhead. So again, this is a combination of cream for a day as a preparation, Joyride, and finishing with flaxseed head. So hope you liked it, and this is for the next look.
All right, good stuff, guys. Welcome back. This is my lovely model, Chrissy. So I just want to take you through a little bit of our preparation. I used a tiny bit of Joyride, first of all, as my priming product. So Akash was talking earlier, that's fantastic to layer your products on. Then we worked a little bit of Small Talk and then Superstar Queen for a day. So that's my recipe for this really cool texture. So just to finish off, we're going to use, I'll show to camera, a little bit of Joyride, but it's not coming out. Oh, the lid's on. That's a blonde moment. No wonder it's live, you can tell. It's a booby trap. All right, so always take the lid off first, guys. It'll be in the hands. Okay, so I only used a tiny amount, and we're just going to play around with it. I mean, I don't really want to use too much hairspray in her hair, because this is the type of hair that I want her to look like she's been out, she's had a bit of fun, and she's been dancing around a bit, and I like to call it the day after the night before hair. If that kind of makes sense. It's kind of rock inspired. If you think of Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain, it's that kind of era. So stand up, Bernard. Okay, so the idea is to not overthink it, and then that way the hair will move beautifully. So I hope you like it. So now we're going to walk over to Akash, and we've got some Q&A. So see you in a sec.
Okay, great stuff. So obviously, in the past couple of weeks, we've been collecting questions on Facebook, social media, Instagram, but we want to focus on a few of them that we feel most relevant to the product. And obviously, we've been discussing throughout the product launches and through social media as well what the product does, but we want to bring you again one step closer to a few more scenarios. So let's have a look at the first question. Okay, Maria, which is your favorite product combination with Joyride?
Okay, so those of you who know me, I love Superstar Queen for a day, and when this product came out, I thought it was a fantastic combination. So you can't mess the hair up with it, you can't work too much product together. The Superstar gives you a little bit of grip, and then the Joyride just emphasizes that really loose, carefree texture. Okay,
for myself, for especially medium to shorter hair, I would use it with Manipulator Matte, because it gives you more hold, brings a bit more strength into the product, and also helps for longevity, so the style will last you longer throughout the whole day. And there's another question here. Is there any to avoid with this product? Great question. I would say I probably wouldn't use it so much along with, let's say, blowout or after party, because obviously they're more silicone-based product and they're slightly heavier. They're all about smoothing the hair and smoothing the cuticle, give shine. Again, it's a soft product, so I wouldn't do it because you might end up with something that's a little bit too heavy and really is not making the style, its best.
Yeah, it's all about being minimal and not overkill.
Exactly. Okay, let's have a look at the next question. Okay, what effect does it give when you mix it with a harder styling product, especially hard to get?
I think it's great if you want to dilute something like hard to get. It's all about getting to know your hair as well. So it's fabulous that it's a balm that you can work into your hands and then just feel the texture and work it into your hair.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic because, like I mentioned, manipulator matte, hard to get, also manipulator. You can strengthen the product, so give it more hold, longevity throughout the day, as well as give it more separation. So while I'm using this product right now from mid to longer hair, by itself as a finishing product, but if you want to go with a little bit shorter hair, more texture, more layered styles, and definitely would layer it with some, actually cocktail it with all the products that give you a little bit more hold and texture naturally. Cool. So let's go to the next one. What do we have here? Can I use it on fine hair, Maria?
Of course. So for me, working with a lot of, we're shooting all the time, I think it's a fantastic no product. It's almost like the perfect nude product hair. So it's brilliant for my type of hair. Whenever a new product comes out, I'm selfish. I try it out on myself first.
Yeah. We did test this product for literally 3 years. I'm not lying. We went through like so many formulas. And one thing was so important to us that it not only works obviously for coarser and more frizz-prone hair, but something that is obviously finer. So it's got a complete versatility. So it's all about the amount, just like any other product. You have to make sure that you use the right amount. So for those of you who haven't used it before, or you have any trouble working with it, use a small amount and you see how much you love it. So, for me, fine hair, absolutely. Fab. So let's see, what's the next question here? Should I use it from the root to the tip?
I would probably say no. I mean, there's no real product that we recommend to use from root to tip, so it would probably weigh the hair down.
Yeah, because the nature of the product is that it's all about frizz control. It creates separation and it gives you that sort of second day feel. When you think about the root area of the hair, you really think about root lift, hold, volume. So this product is not particularly for that. So let's just stick with something that it holds, clean for a day, small talk, water mouth. This product is really for mid shaft and the length of the hair to really create frizz control, great separation. So roots, not so much.
Good stuff.
See, next one. Okay, should I use it on wet or dry hair? If both, what are the different effects for each method? Right, obviously I demonstrated earlier that it is for wet and dry hair. When using on wet hair, it's a primer. And when using on dry hair, then it's a finisher. So what you're doing is the beginning, you creating that effect that the hair is controlled. It gives a really fine layer of that silkiness to the hair where you can really easily dry and create a separation naturally. And when the hair dries off and you're still in need of more separation and sort of like second day grungy feel, then you can finish it with it. So, definitely for both.
It's perfect. I think it's a great handbag product for restyling during the day as well. So it's something that you can take out with you.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Okay. I think this was our last question. So I think I'm going to invite the models back with us so we can have a final look. And at this time, I would like to thank you on behalf of TG for hanging out with us and hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions, please post them on Facebook, Instagram, and we try to answer those questions as soon as possible. But for now, a short message from Anthony.
Are you ready? 3 years in the making. This is going to change the way you style hair.